Hello, hello everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm back on my Sunday stream. I hope you all had a lovely week and you're enjoying a nice and chill weekend like me. Oh my gosh. I wasn't sure what I was gonna draw today. But then I figured I could try something out with my my long-standing project, which I haven't touched in a while. So we'll see how this goes. To be honest, actually, when I look back, at the time already when I drew this, I was not very satisfied with, how I'm tackling this, and I still have no idea what I want to do. So we'll see. I'm just gonna try out some stuff and see where it gets me. Maybe I'll just leave it. Because I think at this point the most important thing for me is to just finish it. Good week, busy weekend. Okay, that's good actually. That means 5 days of good days and then just one busy weekend. That sounds nice. I actually just came back from my friend's place because we went to watch the BTS concert, the live concert that was being streamed in various cinemas in my country. And it was my first time attending such a, how to say, it was like, I was going to the cinema, but they were live streaming the concert, right? That was the first time I had ever participated in something like that, or it was very interesting. I really enjoyed it. It was nice to see the band on the big screen, to have the nice sound. It was great. There were other people there who were also fans, obviously, and one of them, it was so sweet. One of them was kind enough to they made little bracelets with the titles of their new album, of the songs, and they were just handing them out for free. And we were like, oh my gosh, that's so kind, that's so wholesome. So yeah, I had a great time, but also I'm exhausted. I was exhausted. But I think this beats going to the actual concert, although I would love to see them a little bit more up close, like in real life someday. Oh, the crowds there. I can't imagine. I think I would die halfway through because there's just so many people, and I don't know how I would deal with that. I feel like I'm too old for that kind of stuff nowadays. Oh my gosh. And then at work we had like a little shuffle of the tasks within my team, and so I was put on other tasks that I am not used to doing, actually tasks that are completely new to me. So yeah, this week was tough. I kept asking my manager questions, be like, oh, is this, am I doing this correctly, or is this okay, Well, then my manager was like, you should just try things out. If you don't know, you can just ask your questions to, the person, the third party that I have to contact. And don't worry about, feeling dumb or thinking that you're asking dumb questions. Like, it's fine. It's fine. And so I'm just kind of going in very much, be like, okay, I guess I'll just try this out and see if it works. So that's kind of been my entire attitude this week. Be like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try this and see if it works. So we'll see from next week. And from tomorrow, we will have a new manager who... Let's see, my current manager, she will still be here for the rest of the month, but she has to kind of show the new person the ropes and show him how, what tasks they're responsible for. And we'll be seeing him for the first time as well tomorrow. I'm actually excited. They say he has a lot of experience, so I hope I hope he will be a good manager. Hopefully. Anyways, I'm just scrolling through. I don't know where to start. To be honest, I think this plain style that I have here with just the base colors is fine, as long as I find a way to kind of make it work with the background. It would be so much easier if I can just take the base colors, but... I don't know. What I can do... I mean, for sure I need to line everything, so I guess I should just focus on the line first. And then I can add the flat coloring like I've been doing before, and then see if I, you know, want to add some more slightly detailed rendering. Not even rendering, but just adding more, a bit more shade, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I've been so lost, actually, when it comes to my own art. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Or maybe I do, but there's a specific... Oh gosh. Vinny! You scared me! I was like, what is that? Welcome, happy Sunday! Thank you for the 49 months. Oh my gosh, 49. Almost 50. What to do? I've yet to start on your birthday gift. Dang it. I need to think about what I want to do for your birthday gift. Anyways, happy Sunday. I hope you're having a lovely weekend and that your week was okay and uneventful. I'm trying to draw today. I'm gonna make an attempt at drawing today, and I'm just yapping right now as an excuse because I don't know where to start. I don't know what I'm doing. It's been a while. I didn't manage to get you anything this year. That's fine. It's fine. I kind of want to keep my streak going, you know, because I've been... What? Is it the 4th year in a row? I think I've made... Oh, it's up on the screen right now. I think 3 years in a row. You don't need to get me anything, it's okay. It's actually okay, I'm not upset, it's fine. Okay, I think I'll put it here. I'll just need a new layer. What's this? Why is this locked? Oh, I see. Okay. House, line. I'm just gonna draw and see where this goes, okay? Actually, I like the sketchiness of it. We'll see. Oh gosh. Oh, what's that button again? This one. There we go. Yeah, do you have any plans for next week? Do you have anything exciting coming up? Tell me about it. The most exciting thing that happened to me was the concert yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I love seeing the boys on stage. They've all grown so much. And yesterday was extra special because it was actually their birthday. Their 13th birthday on June 13th. And they even sang an extra song yesterday. Because it's their birthday. It was great. 20, 23, 24, 25. Really? 4? Not even consecutively. Okay. I didn't know I had one in 20. Your birthday month is a full-blown mess. Yeah, I feel like June in general is a bit messy. In general. Because that's when the holiday starts for many people. And this is also the exam/graduation period. And it's like summer starting, so it just gets really hectic, I think. Oh. Actually, I'm gonna try a slightly different style of lining that I've been doing before. Just something that's a bit more loose. See how that goes, because I think I want my line art to look good on its own. I don't want it to look good as soon as I put the colors in. I want it to also look good on its own. Because right now I think my line art is a bit stiff or maybe even a bit too clean. So I kind of want to draw a bit more loosely. I called my realtor office to ask for permission for getting a dryer only to be hit with a "we don't have evidence that you received permission for your laundry machine 4 years ago." Turns out someone didn't know that down. Now I'm freaking out about potentially losing it. Oh my, wait. You need permission to put your laundry machine in the place that you're renting? Yeah, that's my question. Like, you're renting it. If you want to put in a washing machine, you should be able to do it. Just like you should be able to put in a couch or a TV without their permission. Oh, you had to make changes to the apartment to make it work. Oh, okay. Why do I feel like everything and everyone is trying to make life difficult for Minnie? And I thought I was unlucky. But since you already have it for so long, like, I hope they can sort it out because it's just strange. Like, that's their fault that they didn't take a note of it. Why would you have to suffer for that? Oh, he was nice and believed me, but they just didn't have evidence. I see. I mean, he can note it down now. I would assume that counts. Man, it's like, thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I already have my hands full with my full-time job, you know? I don't want to deal with anything else outside of that. Actually, I'm half, like, dreading moving to my new apartment because there's gonna be so much stuff that needs to be arranged. I'm like, I kind of really don't want to do that, but I don't really have a choice. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. As usual. or at least I try not to stress about it. It's hard, but I try not to. Because then there's no point in stressing about it at this point, because they've not even... I don't think they've even started on my floor yet, let's be real. Still freaking out about it though, because things like this can be cause for eviction. Freedom comes with a cost. Wait, aren't... How to say, aren't renters, people who are renting, not well protected in your country? Like here, it's very difficult for a landlord to kick someone out. man, a lot of people here, landlords, they are actually selling their rentals because it's getting too expensive, because they also made the rules a bit more strict to prevent them from asking too much rent, because it's just sky high here, you know, and they don't want landlords to take advantage of that because of the current housing market. And so a lot of people ended up selling their apartments, which is good. Evict the realtor. If only. But even suing them could be... It's very costly. Even if you were to sue them and then you got a good chance of winning, it would cost you so much time and energy and money, and personally, I don't think that's worth it. Mentally, emotionally, and financially. If changes to a rented space isn't done with permission from the owners, then it's treated like havoc and mistreatment, which in turn can be cause enough to affect out of concern for the apartment's well-being. Yes, but I think they don't have much of a ground to stand on if they cannot prove that, you know, you're actually being a potential hazard. Like, they would have to build a case. Obviously, if you were to fight their decision, right? That is atrocious. I know there's some instances here where they don't, how to say, take the benefit of the doubt. I hate that. It feels so inhumane. It's as if you're not being treated as a human being. It's like anything that goes against protocol, it's like they're against it. They will get rid of it. Like, who do you think these houses are for? For people, right? I assume you're letting them to people, for people to live in. Humans, you know? On top of this, they also want to swap the ventilation over the oven because the previous new unit was too loud and made the people in the building mad. Okay, but that's on their cost then, right? How that's not your fault. If they want to switch that out, then they can do that, right? On them, yes, but still construction. Yes, I don't know how long that would take. Either way, it's temporary. You know, it will finish, and hopefully your apartment will become better because of it, right? It will become a better living space. So that would be a small sacrifice you'd have to make. Well, small. It would have to be a sacrifice you have to make. Also, I don't think you could go against this decision. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. I already need electricians to redo some shit because my laundry machine was installed without earth. Yeah, you mentioned that. You mentioned that. Like, what the heck? What were those people doing when they installed it? Wait, were you there when they installed it? Or was it there when you moved in? Was it already there? I fucking hate it when people aren't doing this shit properly. Yeah, I've heard horror stories about, you know, my friend who bought a new house, and then the previous owners, they were just dumb. I have no other way to describe it, and then she ended up like fixing a lot of the stuff that they did. It's awful. Oh, I was here to see it happen, but don't know shit about things. How things. Oh, yeah, I see. And then they screwed you over. I hope it'll improve quickly, Minnie. I really do. You have so much shit to deal with, and I feel bad. I don't know why I feel bad, because I have nothing to do with it, but I feel for you. What to do? What to do? I can't even help you, I'm so far away. I would have invited you to come over at my apartment if I had one. Well, the construction was going on, so you don't get that noise. So you could just stay at my place until that's done. But alas, I still have to wait like 2 years before I can move in. I'm excited though. I couldn't deal to be. I got my dentist up. Oh, they finally scheduled it on the 7th. Wait, isn't that the 7th? That's next month. It's like half a month away. You'll be okay until that time? Oh my gosh. Fendir, happy Sunday. Welcome in. Oh, let me do all that. Thank you for the care package. Posture check. Let me hydrate. And stretch. Thank you for the hat pads. Welcome in. I hope you had a great week. Ugh. I hope you're having a chill weekend. I'm tired from the concert from yesterday, even though I didn't actually go to the venue. I was watching the live stream, but still it was very exciting and exhausting. Exhausting. Oh my gosh, Cloud Okami, welcome. Welcome back. Happy Sunday. Thank you for the headpads. Not really, I didn't sleep. Oh no! All that I was all the time cleaning? What, like spring cleaning? You guys do that, spring cleaning? I should do spring cleaning probably, but I haven't had the time. I really want to go through all the, you know, all the clothes I have here, for example, and just sort out my books again, because it's a mess. The concert was voila. No, I watched the BTS concert. It was their birthday yesterday, and they were actually performing in Busan in South Korea, but they were live streaming it in several cinemas here in my country. So I went and watched the live stream on a huge screen, and it was great. I loved it. And other people in the audience, they were, you know, fellow army, fellow fans, so that was great. One of them even gave everyone like a free bracelet, which they made themselves. It's the most precious thing. I love this fandom. So yeah, it was very exciting. I'll be okay, they will send me home same day in spite of me needing 24-hour surveillance after anesthesia. But I have a meeting the morning right after, so that should be okay. Okay. Should be fine. You will be fine. You will be fine. I have faith. Super deep clean? Really? Thankfully, I only have my own room to worry about. I'll let my parents handle the rest of the house. Meeting as in home visit. Oh. Okay. Okay. That's interesting that they would come to your house for a meeting. So convenient. I don't know why I'm zoomed in so much. I don't need to be zoomed in that much. Loosely, I will draw these loosely. I know nothing of architecture, but I will try to put a convincing cottage. Convincing enough. If it looks like a cottage at first glance, I'm happy. My spring cleaning is going to look more like fall cleaning. Relatable. I think usually when I feel like cleaning, I also end up doing it in fall or winter even. I don't know why, the air feels cleaner in winter. Don't like that. No, it's my usual weekly meeting at home that falls convenient that day. Oh, I see. I see. Summer and winter is messed up for events and people wanting to do things. And everyone's stressing every 6 months after putting things off. Yeah, oh my god. But I think winter is still okay-ish. I think summer is especially bad with people being like, oh hey, we should meet up, or you know, the weather is nice, let's go somewhere. It's like, no, please. I just want to stay at home, please. I don't want to go outside. Q4 is horror? Really? I mean, for me, Q4 is horror for other reasons, work-related reasons. Because that's usually the busiest period. And actually Q2 and the start of Q3 is okay because of the summer holiday. So there's not much happening. Let's see, the logic of my house is not logicking. Hold up. It doesn't help that my sketches are so rough. It's okay. It's okay. As long as it looks convincing, it looks good. It doesn't have to be correct. Remember that, guys. When you make art, make sure that it looks convincing. It doesn't actually have to be 100% correct. As long as the person who views it thinks that it's correct, right? As long as it appears correct to them, that's all you need. That's your goal. Fool them. Because really, who's gonna look at this panel for more than 2 seconds? Let's be so real. Especially because this is just my silly little project, where I'm kind of not expecting anything from. I just want to put it out there in the world. I just want to be done with it. I think I will cover this part with just the grass, so I will just let that disappear into nothingness. And pray that it works. These are huge windows. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe by the end of this stream, I will have this building finished. I remember I set the deadline for this little comic on last year. I wanted to finish this last year, but then we all know what happened. I got obsessed with Lord of Mysteries and well, here we are. I'm still working on it. I don't know if I will go back to frequent art streams like before where I'll be working on my project, because it feels a bit like a bit too much, and I feel like if I do that then I will only be working on this project on streams, and if I do that I will for sure not be able to finish it this year. I don't want that. I need to find the time outside of streams to work on this project. But it's tough. It's tough. I can only sigh. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with my time. I have so many games I want to play. I have things I want to watch. I have things I want to draw. But then I'm just not happy with my drawing in general. Like, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Can I copy this? I'm copying this. Lovely. That works for me. But yeah, we were almost done with the first half year of 2026. Crazy. So how's this year been going for you guys? Time passes so quickly. I say the same every time. I always wish that I would have done more. That I would have been more productive. That's it. I just wish I was more productive. Don't even. You're welcome. Actually, I've already written off this year. I'm expecting nothing much from this year. I feel immense guilt over not making any progress on my projects. Same. Same, my god. Honestly, I feel that so much. I feel that in my core. Especially because I kind of decided for myself that I wanted to pick up my Patreon again and just post more stuff there. And I have been. And I have the time to, and I'm still very much motivated to do so. I just have nothing to show. I have nothing. There is nothing. I have nothing to show. And it's for that same reason that I stopped being active on social media. I just have nothing. I have nothing to show. I have nothing to say. So what can I do? Most of my updates when I sit here is usually about work anyway, about my job. Because obviously it takes up so much of my time and my energy. So it ends up being the most exciting thing that's happened to me all week. Which is unfortunate, but it's the truth. But between real life dragging me down, clinging to fun games on stream in order to escape, I really have no room to allow myself to ignore and dive deep into creative mode. I can get behind that. It's like you feel that, but then you also don't really have room to push yourself to do so. But that's okay. I don't think you need to feel guilty about it. I think many people will understand, you know. Especially because, you know, technically our projects are not really a priority in our lives, right? Because we have so much other shit happening. We have other shit going on. I've been thinking for a while, actually, this year to like take 1 week off and use that time to focus on my projects. But in hindsight, no, not really in hindsight, but I think that what I'm gonna end up doing is maybe work a little bit on my projects, but in general just waste it on maybe playing games or, I don't know, watching YouTube or something. I'm scared that I won't be able to motivate myself to actually, you know, do the thing that I set out to do. Interesting. I fear a lot of things. It's not that I'm scared, but I don't know. I've been telling myself to build up a habit as well. The habit of, you know, drawing on a regular basis. Like, not necessarily to sit down and draw for like 3 hours straight, but just to sit down and start. Because for me, it's the starting that is the most difficult. Like, I can find the time, but then I need to also, you know, push myself to actually sit down and, you know, lock in. Like, in a way, I don't want to rely on motivation to start doing something or to continue, you know, with my projects. Because motivation is a very bad, how to say, waiting to be motivated is a very bad habit, I think. I don't want to wait. If you want to be productive, then you don't want to wait for motivation. You kind of want to build that discipline, right? And that is tough. That's tough. I've been struggling with that for decades. But yeah, we learn as we go, right? And there will be periods where I am very, very much motivated and more active. And then, you know, maybe after a few weeks or even a few months, it just dies down and then I never look back. Which is unfortunate, because it really is something that I want to integrate into my daily life because, how to say, it's one of the few things that keeps me going, you know, because I have my full-time job on the side, but because I have, you know, these hobbies, I feel like I'm able to pull through better whenever I have a tough week or whenever I have a tough day ahead of me. I always have in the back of my mind, oh, you know, as soon as this is done, I can, you know, do something fun for myself. Something like that. And I know there's a lot of people out there who don't really have that passion outside of their full-time job or You're lucky if your full-time job is also your passion, but that is not the case for many people, right? So they need something else to kind of help them keep going and make sure that they are, you know, living rather than just going through the motions and being alive. There's a difference between living and being alive, right? I didn't mean to go that deep, but hey, here we are. When I read other stuff or see illustrations invoking emotions and telling stories, I feel the pull on a massive scale. Ooh, I relate to that. Yet the moment I'm no longer looking at it, the wanton desire to draw and write evaporates like a pitch black blanket tossed over all my senses. I also have it when, when I don't pick up on that initial feeling or that initial drive, it will just die down and it will not come back. Survival state is hard, I can attest to that, yes. I think back when I did my internship, which was also a 9-to-5, I remember after the first 2 months, I told myself, I cannot do this. If I'm to do this 9-to-5, traveling to the office every single day, I'm just gonna die. Like, it would be the same as not being here. Oh my gosh, Canada, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh, here we are talking about the meaning of life. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Just sending a little warmth your way. I hope each of you is having the loveliest and happiest kind of day. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We need that. We need this, more of this kindness in the world. The world will be a much better place. But yeah, I was just mentioning about the dread of having a 9-to-5 that is not your passion. And the majority of people have it, right? The majority of people will be working a 9-to-5 that isn't necessarily their passion or something that they set out to do, but it's the things on the side, it's their hobbies, it's their other interests and passions that keep them going, right? Real life talk, I know. I know. We aren't always going heavy, but life happens, which is hard to ignore. Exactly. It's very much a mindset thing, I think. I mean, you can resist it, right? You can be like, oh, I hate this. I hate my 9-to-5. I don't want to do this. I want to do something else. It's like, it feels like you need to know why you're doing this, right? You need to kind of tell yourself that your 9-to-5 is, yes, it's a big chunk of your time, obviously, but it's not your life. It's not the only thing that is happening. As long as you have your other hobbies and your other interests on the side, you know, it makes the 9-to-5 much more manageable, because at least for me, my 9-to-5 means financial stability. It means that I can afford, you know, buying everything I need. Like all my basic needs are met, right? And that's the most important thing to me. Actually, we're moving, our office is moving to a different location, which is a bit inconvenient for me regarding travel, you know, regarding commute. And so I've been a bit on the fence, you know, whether I want to start looking for a different job elsewhere, somewhere that is closer to where I live. But it's because I just really like the people there, and to be honest, I don't mind the work that I do, you know, but it's a bit tricky. I think I will still stay here for, you know, for some years. I don't know for how long, but I'll very likely stick around. It's a bit out of the way. Yeah, it's a bit more expensive. It's not much, but it's a bit more expensive to get there with public transport. And it's a little bit further away. I would have to get up at 5:30. I would have to get up at 5:30 to be there at 9 a.m., which is a bit, you know, 5:30 is very early. And then I'm already fortunate enough that I don't need to come in every single day, right? I only have to go to office on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we'll see. Maybe, you know, maybe it's totally fine. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks. Like, yes, it's a bit farther away, but I could take the car. But the reason why I don't want to take the car is because if I have to commute, if I take the car, then that is basically 1 hour. It's a one hour drive. It's basically 1 hour that I lose in the morning. Whereas if I take public transport, I would take the train, then I would be able to at least read or take a nap on the train. You know, I would be able to kind of use that time for something productive. Whereas if I'm in the car, I'm driving or I'm stuck in traffic, you know? That's like literally an hour lost versus, you know, almost 2 hours of commute. But at least within that time, I'll be able to, you know, do something, you know, read Lord of Mysteries or write or draw even. And I won't be able to do that when I'm driving. Unfortunately, I cannot take naps behind the wheel. Don't do that. A recurring idea of the meaning of life across many perspectives is that meaning isn't necessarily discovered, it's created. Rather than there being one universal answer, each person may find their own through reflection, action, and connection. Exactly. I agree. I 100% agree. Yes. A lot of people, I mean, from like thousands years ago, right? A lot of people are like, why are we here? What is the meaning of life? You know, and it's like, I mean, on the grand scale, there's no meaning. But you can, you know, you can have a personal meaning. You can have, you know, your own goals. You can decide for yourself what your meaning, you know, what the meaning is of your own life. I feel like we're put here to experience and enjoy the world, try things out, you know, do interesting stuff, learn things, socialize. There's not really a fixed goal. You can, you know, you can do what you want. As long as you don't break the law, you know, don't go on murder sprees or whatever. You know, be nice. But generally, you're free. You can do what you want. Broadly put, right? I mean, we still have the responsibility of making sure that we are fed, that we have a roof over our head. But other than that, you know, you decide what you want to make of your life. You decide whether you want to leave something behind or maybe nothing. Maybe you just want to enjoy life. And that's totally valid. You're not put on the earth here for a purpose. I don't know. I would never put that kind of pressure on myself. You aren't given a goal from the start, but you get inspired, get attached, or find things worth spending your time on which can keep you going. Exactly. That's the journey of life. May I say that you have beautiful art and a lovely voice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, I was thrown off by the compliment. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. I've been yapping a lot today about whatnot because I'm a little bit procrastinating on making art. I've been art blocked for such a long time. No, don't hit me with the compliments. Don't do this to me. I never know what to do with myself when I do. Please continue, have mob permission. Oh, gosh, thank you for the save. I have not saved since I started. Xantum, thank you. Thank you. Let me do all that. Posture check. And hydrate. Hydrate with me if you can, please. Hydrate for your skin and for your brain. For your body, you probably need it. I think I'm just gonna wing this panel because it's very tiny and it's not very important. I will probably draw this once and then I'm just gonna copy paste it for the subsequent, panels that need this image. Because who's gonna tell? Who's gonna tell me that I can't copy paste my own art? Why not make life easy for myself? I mean, I'm having fun though. I like this. This is nice. I kind of went into this project with the mindset of, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to finish this. Because as some of you guys know, I actually started this little comic. When was it? I think it was 2020. So 6 years ago. Webtoon was holding a little contest, a short story contest, which I really wanted to participate in. And so I created this story and I had it all written out and everything. I had the sketches for the first 2 episodes, but then I never made it to the deadline. I never finished it. But I liked the project enough to keep going. I was like, yeah, I want to push this. I want to publish this, which I still haven't done so to this day because I was very torn on, the art style that I wanted to use. Did I want to color this? Did I want to keep it simple? Did I want to, put more effort into it and kind of show off my skill or something? Or, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, basically. So, I think I will just take it one step at a time, and I won't expect myself to make a perfect product because obviously humans are inherently imperfect. So everything we make is imperfect. Though I can't help but think like, oh, I can do better, and I keep telling myself to not be like that, but I can't help but think that way sometimes. But I think for this project, I have already decided myself that I just want to finish this. I just want to finish this project. Hopefully put more eyes on my work. And then Pandemonium. That one is actually officially on hiatus right now. Because I am actively rewriting it. It's just so old. It's almost 10 years old now. I think next year will be its 10-year anniversary, and there's just a lot with the story itself that I want to change or that I want to make a little bit more interesting, because obviously it was my first ever long-form comic. I wanted to look good, So if I can make improvements, then I will do so. I just have so little time. I don't know how people do it. There's artists out there who also, have a full-time job, but then they're doing so much art on the side, and I'm like, how do you do it? Teach me. Maggie, you're a lovely person, provides a nice and relaxing place to unwind after a hard week's work. You deserve all the love. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. No, I'm not. I was just going on a tangent. I'm sorry. Also, speaking of good things to keep you going, I'm just gonna order takeout today. Yes! Go order your takeout. This first thing I saw is that your model's truly amazing. Second, that you're a very nice and sweet person. You're genuinely kind and thoughtful. I haven't been here the longest, but I can tell. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not used to these compliments. What is today? What's happening today? 14th of June. Is this National Compliment Day? Thank you. Genuinely, thank you. I have no other words. Usually I just sit here in silence. I usually don't talk this much, to be honest. I have to be very honest. I don't usually talk this much. There have been many a stream where I would just sit here and draw and people would just, I don't know, have me up in the background or something. And that's okay. I mean, I'm also here to chill, right? I'm also here to wind down after a long, hard working week. So I just wish that everyone can relax here. That's why I'm here. I'm here to relax with everyone. You know, I know I am not the best entertainer. I'm not like those, how to say, conventional VTuber who are usually very entertaining, very funny, very all over the place. I'm not one of those persons. For the longest time, I actually wondered whether YouTubing is something for me or not. Maggie has a mean hook when she needs it. You don't get to piss her off and not feel to. It takes quite a bit to piss me off, I have to say. But there are some subjects that I'm particular about, but I guess you'll find out. This is National Compliment Maggie Day. I'm gonna hold you to that next year. Next year, on June 14th or around that time, I'm gonna demand the compliments, okay? I'm gonna be demanding compliments on June 14th. Hereby officially announced as National Compliment Maggie. And then I don't, I won't be surprised because I know it's coming, and then I don't have to get this flustered. Yes. Thank you. Oh my god, no, wait, I was joking. You don't actually have to. It's a joke. I was joking. Your voice and choice of music are relaxing. I'm glad to hear that. I chose this music myself. I sometimes add new ones. I feel like I need to add more, but yeah, this is my personally selected little set list. And to be honest, I can't hear it myself. I could, but I prefer to work in silence. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot work with music in the background or like any kind of noise in the background. I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, it's nice to work with music in the background because it works like a white noise, and it helps them to focus. Does not work for me. I cannot. So yeah, I do have music up here, but that's also because usually during my art streams I don't speak. I'm just silently working, So then at least there's some music to accompany the visuals and create this kind of a relaxing environment. But today I've already been yapping a lot. A bit too much. But I've had practice. I remember before when I first started streaming, I wasn't used to talking. And I think after 2 hours of talking, my voice was gone. I would, my vocal cords, they would hurt. They would be like, why are you doing this? Why have you been talking for 2 hours straight? You never do this. What do you mean? And then they would just object and stop working. I think it was a few streams ago where I ended up shouting at chat. Culprits are not in chat right now, or at least not that I can see. I was raising my voice, and then immediately after, my body punished me, and I was like, I'm sorry guys, I need to shut up for 5 minutes because my voice hurts. But I've had a bit of practice since, and I've also kind of developed a more relaxed way of speaking. So I try not to kind of push myself. Because I remember in the beginning, I don't know why, I think it's because of the nerves. I would just strain my voice in a way. I would speak in a manner that wasn't kind of natural to me. And I would do that subconsciously, right? Because in a way I'm performing, right? I am kind of on stage, right? Where Twitch is the stage and chat here is the audience. Even though I cannot see everyone in the audience, just, you know, I know that people are watching. And I just remember feeling so nervous, and obviously that affects the way I speak. And the way I spoke back then, it was a strain on my voice. But, you know, over the years, I've kind of learned, I suppose, to use my natural voice more. And it's just more comfortable for me. I can speak for longer now. Narrating is still a bit difficult, but if it's just me chatting like this, I think I can go on for a few hours. I don't know what to do with this grass. I think I'm gonna leave it for a bit. I'm gonna leave it for a bit. At least the lines are done. I think I'm just gonna throw everything on the same layer. Actually, I will fill up this corner because I don't like it. It's fine. It's fine as long as it looks convincing. Okay. I'm okay with this. And then the rest will be color, I think. I think the other reason why I was procrastinating on this project wasn't just because of my time constraint, because I have the full-time job on the side, but also because I just don't know what to do with it. This whole project feels very experimental because the way I line and the way I color is very different from what I usually do. And to be honest, I don't even remember what I usually do. I feel like with every illustration I make, I will try something new. And it's the same for this project. Oh, I'm missing a bean. I think if I did have a very clear idea of where I wanted to take this project, art-wise, I wouldn't be struggling as much. Because then I would obviously be knowing exactly what I'm doing and exactly what I want to do and how I want it to look like. Which I don't currently. I have no idea what I'm doing. If it looks like I know what I'm doing, you're wrong. You're so horribly mistaken. Okay, I think I can accept this. Most of this is done. Actually, these... I don't know if I like these two panels. They're fully rendered, but I don't know if I like it. Or if I want to go back to just... maybe cell... I'm not good with cell shading. Or maybe just do the flat colors. Choices. I don't know. Let's see, I want to do something simple, but I don't think I have any easy panels left. Maybe in the second episode. Let me open that up. Okay, I think I'm just gonna focus on lining today and not worry too much about the colors. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I noticed I also wasted, not really wasted, but I spent a lot of time on thinking rather than just sitting down and doing it. Especially when it comes to art, it's like, oh, you can think about it as much as you like, but you won't actually know until you put it down on the paper and see it for yourself, right? So I think I'm getting better at just telling myself to sit down and just do it. To not overthink it. I think just the black colors will actually work well, and then not kind of render it. Maybe not render it too much. Not sure. Let me try something. When I first started streaming, I was almost exclusively doing art streams. And I would never start a stream if I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do and how I would do it. But recently I've just become more comfortable with doing whatever, actually. Not that I stopped caring, but I think as long as I'm making art, it's fine. And I'm sure there's people out there who are also interested in kind of my way of thinking and would be interested in me just trying things out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll try something else. It's more flexible. I think I want... yeah, I will throw a second layer, a sketch layer on top of this. And then I want to draw this building again. It's a slightly different angle, so I don't want to use the same image, but I do need to have this on the side. My head's in the way, but I can see it. Even if you can't see it, I can see it. I will just use that as reference for this side. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, because I already know that people are not going back and forth between the panels and be like, oh, that beam is slightly off. Like, who does that, right? Not me. It just needs to look the same. That's all I need. I remember wanting to do like to do the consistency perfectly right, I wanted to make sure that it was 100% correct, and that usually also ended up as another reason to kind of procrastinate on my projects, because I'm like, well, if I can't do this perfectly, then I don't want to start on it yet, right? That thought. But now it's like, nah, it's okay. I think the thing that kind of changed my mindset there the most is I received a comment on Pandemonium saying like, a person who just found the comic and they said that they finished reading the whole thing in 20 minutes, and I'm like, I worked on this for 5 years and you finished it in 20 minutes. Not gonna lie, that stung a bit. Then it's like, okay, that means that they look at each panel for less than 2 seconds, you know? So it doesn't have to be perfect, it's fine. As long as it looks convincing, I'm good. I'm good. So yeah, that did help kind of open my eyes there, because damn, 20 minutes. It would happen if another artist in the making really likes their style and wants to study it. I don't think I have quite earned that reputation yet where people would want to study my art style. And I feel like my art style isn't really fixed yet at this point in time. I mean, I think it's recognizable, but when it comes to how I build up my illustrations, the way I line, the way I color and render, it's different every time for all of my illustrations. And then obviously for my comics, I will try to be as consistent as possible, but generally, you know, I kind of take a new approach, or I make the decision based on the project I'm currently working on, so I feel like I don't really have a consistent art style. I feel like I'm very much still searching, and I'm very much, you know, learning, and I'm just all over the place when it comes to my art style. Not that I mind, but like I like being able to try out new things and try out new methods and other styles and other ways of inking and coloring and rendering. I think if I had a really fixed art style, something that you see with the more popular, the larger, you know, artists out there on social media, is that they get stuck in that art style, and then people will kind of question it whenever they try to decide, you know, when they decide to do something else for once. At least for me, I can't imagine that I would always want to do the exact same thing the whole time. I think that's another reason why I got sick of my own art. It's just like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to pull more out of what I have. I felt like I could do better. Even though it was fine. I'm not saying it was bad, but I felt like I could get more out of it, and I wanted to throw a bit more kind of meaning in my illustrations rather than just having a nice illustration. I wanted to have some illustrations that would tell a story, you know, something that is a bit more interesting, something that would let my viewers look at it a little bit longer than 2 seconds before deciding to scroll further. But yeah. I'm actually glad that I'm not, you know, doing art professionally. Because I think as a professional artist, many of them are hired because of their specific art style, and then they would just end up doing that for every single, you know, commission that they take. or every piece that they put out without feeling that they could change, or that they're allowed to change, more like. That's tricky. I kind of like the fluidity that I have going, and also the kind of lack of pressure, because at the moment the pressure comes from myself and not, you know, my employer or something, or the commissioner. I have done commissions before, but I just noticed that I don't enjoy it as much. It just really felt like work. Even though I was drawing, it was work because I'm not drawing for myself. I was drawing something for someone else. Not that I never draw stuff for other people, but you know, when I do, it's because I want to and not because someone is paying me to do it. There's a difference. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy being an amateur. After all, the word amateur comes from the Latin word of amare, which means that amateurs do something because they love doing it and not because they're being paid to do it. We're doing it out of love. I feel like the word amateur has received kind of a bad reputation over the years. Maybe its meaning has actually changed because of it, but I don't think calling someone an amateur is necessarily a bad thing. Of course, it also depends on the person receiving this compliment. I think nowadays when people say amateur, it's more closely referred to their skill level. But I think very skilled artists can still be amateurs, or choose to be amateurs rather. My perspective is so off, my gosh. Oh, thank you for the stretch sentiment. I need that. I almost forgot that I'm actually on the on a sketch layer, but I'm tackling this as if I'm lining it. This is supposed to be a sketch layer. I need to keep telling myself that, otherwise I end up spending too much time on this, because there's gonna be another actual line art layer on top of this. And let's not waste our time here. I have a group of friends who call me the self-care mother hen despite being a guy. Aw, that's cute. That's cute. It means you care, and they care that you care. Caring is good, as long as you also take care of yourself. You are no less important than your friends. I even have self-care copy pasta. Wait, what? How does that work? Self-care copy pasta. Alert, alert, self-care alert, posture checks, stretch check, drink check, snack check, medicine check, mental check, emotional check, jaw clench check, blink check, itch check. Blink check is a very important one for me because I have dry eyes. I have such dry eyes. Like I'm using my eye drops at least 2 times a day. Itch check, phone check, finger stretch check. It says bring your self-care alert. Oh my gosh, thank you. Wait, even the finger stretch is also a very important one because I noticed that, especially when I'm drawing digitally on my tablet here, I clench my fingers, or like for some reason my grip is very strong, unnecessarily so. So I need to make sure to stretch my fingers from time to time. Let's see, what's the itch check? What are we checking for the itch check? This is why I copy pasta. Oh, welcome, G-Man. Happy Sunday. Let me save. That's a good one. I need to save. I'm back drawing art after months. Oh wait, my last art stream was my anniversary, which was last month, but still. It's been a while. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Happy Sunday. Yes, and I hope you had a great week. For me, it was just busy. I'm busy all day. I work all day, every day. But I went to a concert yesterday, so that was nice. I didn't actually go to the actual concert, but I went to a live stream of said concert. But it was at a cinema, so it was still, it counted as a day out. It counts. I think I'm too old for physical concerts. Like, I feel tired just thinking about it. All the people and just people. It's just the people, really. I've been good now. I fixed my cordless drill. Oh, nice. At least you can fix your own tool. That's a great skill to have. Sometimes people ignore an itch, which I have figured out could be an injury, so I put it in as a check for abnormalities. Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like a, how to say, a mindfulness check in a way. Concert to BTS. Have you heard of BTS? They're worldwide famous now. Sunburns can also... Oh, yes. But I don't think you're supposed to scratch those itches. Like, the itch check is not necessarily to scratch, right? It's just to... How to say? Make yourself aware of it. This, for some reason, reminds me of the SCP Foundation. The SCP Foundation? BTS, they are yes. They recently made a comeback with a whole new album, because now they're all done with their military service. So they all came back again. It was very exciting, and yesterday was their 13th birthday. And I've been following them for at least a decade. I mean, they are, but I think because they had a hiatus, they are again a thing. But I don't think they really left. They were just on a very long break. Yeah, for the military stuff. I think I need to squish it a bit. The house. Just a bit. You're home alone all week, but you don't know what to do? That sounds so nice though, having just the house to yourself for the whole week. I miss that. The boys are more mature now, but still very relevant. Yes, very much so. I hope I don't mindlessly watch shorts or TikToks all week. I mean, that's your choice to make. That's your choice to make. Actually, there's a very easy solution to that. Just, you know, uninstall those apps from your phone. And then, in that case, you won't be able to look at it anymore. And you won't get distracted by all those shorts. Who needs TikTok, really? Who needs TikTok? One choice I make is to get my utensils ready for food. Good on you. All prepared for your meal. Is it really my choice? Isn't the universe always predetermined and we just follow along in a scripted reality? It depends on which god has set its eyes on you. But I think you'll be okay. You know, if not, if I'm wrong, then at least, you know, you have the illusion of choice. It's the best thing we have currently. That's all I can offer you. The illusion of choice. Can always make one choice, giving Hydra. Oh, thank you. I need that. I've been talking a lot today. I think I've also become more comfortable with talking because I care less about what you guys think. Like, I can literally talk about anything and, like, what are you guys gonna do about it? Stop watching me? Judge me? I mean, aren't you guys kind of here to watch me or to hear me speak? To listen to me? So I've become a little bit more unfiltered over the years, but I think it's a good thing. I feel like my streams are one of the few places where I can really talk about whatever I want, because this is my channel. And I can say whatever I want. Maggie doesn't care about what we think. I'm sad now. Wait, did I say that? Like, not in that sense. It's more like, I don't care about what you think of me. That part. But not in general. I think I'm gonna paint over that part. Honestly, my anxious brain used to care a lot. Used to care a lot about what people thought of me. But streaming has helped me with that. I no longer care as much, and it's been very liberating. Like, what are you guys gonna do? Judge me? Unfollow me? I'm okay with that. I'm just here to have a good time. If you don't want to join me, then that's fine. I'm not here to cater to anyone, and I'm also not for everyone. I'm for a very select type of people, I think. With every stream I do, I just wait for someone to take it the wrong way and blow it up because they don't agree, but still my streams are my space and often reiterate that you should not waste your time in my chat if you don't enjoy the vibe. Exactly, exactly. I feel like at this point, we shouldn't even, we shouldn't be spelling it out like that. It should be a given, right? If you don't like what you see, you don't have to stay here. I'm not forcing you to stay here. I can't literally force you to stay here, right? If you want to leave, then go. I literally can't stop you. So yeah, it's like, if you don't like my content, if you don't like me, then why are you here? You know, go do something that you enjoy. I mean, I guess unless they're masochists, they just like to suffer, or, but you know, that's their choice. That's their problem. That's not my problem. People are so funny sometimes. Especially on the internet. It's like, it's the internet. You're bound to see and hear things that you don't like. You don't have to stay. I mean, even off the internet, maybe not as much because, you know, locally, maybe there's not much happening where you live, but on the internet, there's all sorts of drama happening. There's shit happening everywhere, whether you like it or not. You know? I think you will have a much happier and easier life if you, you know, choose to just turn away from things that you don't enjoy. Which sounds very obvious, but I feel like not many people understand yet. I'm legally not allowed to leave. Wait, legally? Are you saying that I am law? I'll never understand why people think that way. Why ruin the stream for other people? Exactly. Exactly. Why why spread your unhappiness? Why spread your discontent? I mean, I guess there's some weird people out there who get a kick out of it, but hey, that's what the ban button is for. Let the streamer enjoy their stream too. Exactly. Exactly. You know? If it does, you know, go out of hand, Minnie will not hesitate to ban them. Like, I don't need that energy here. I am here to chill, to relax. And I don't want people to ruin that. People are welcome to suffer, but make sure to do so in silence so the ban hammer will fall. Exactly. I've seen many things on the internet, haven't we all? The internet is a very interesting but also very dangerous place. It depends on where you go, I think. I think the it's not the internet itself, it's the social media, it's the toxic people here, right? That is making a bad place. The internet itself is neutral. The internet is just, you know, a host, a platform. I mean, whether online or offline, there's always people who will try to ruin other people's days. It's normal. It's unfortunate, but it happens. The only thing we control is how we respond to it. And I find that it's easier to just ignore them. My time and effort is not for everyone. Remember, kids, the deep web is not a fun place. It depends. It depends. I don't think I've ever been to the deep web. I think I've only merely skimmed the surface of the internet, but you know, this is fine. It's fine. As long as I can do what I want, you know, I don't need to know everything about the internet. I think my brain would explode. There's just too much information, too many things happening. Oh, enjoy your food, Minnie. Enjoy, enjoy. Good, Maggie, good, don't go there. Yes, I'm being a very good demon. I am not going places where I shouldn't be. I will stay happy in my little corner. Set! Happy Sunday! Welcome in. Knicks in 5? Wait. Is it the World Cup? It started like 2 days ago, right? Or yesterday? I hope you're having a great weekend. Oh. Oh, it's not football, it's basketball. Okay, okay. I like basketball more because the fans aren't as crazy. I feel like everywhere where football goes, it's just chaos. The World Cup, not a big fan of football or soccer. Yeah, same. I don't like it. Not because of the sport itself, like it's fine, it's just a sport, but it's the whole shebang around it, you know, and the fans or supposed fans. Like there's a lot of people, especially here, that kind of use it as an excuse to destroy things or whatever. Wreak havoc. Because, I don't know. I don't know. I will never understand them. My weekend is great. Good food. World Cup on. Next won the championship. Life's good. Ah, good to hear. Good to hear. I'm happy for you. I think every sport has its more enthusiastic fans. Yes, I agree. But I think, or at least from my experience, it's usually the football fans that are the most unhinged. At least from what I see. I don't have actually hands-on experience, but that's how I see it. Has your weekend been? Who's that baddie you're drawing? Oh, this is Falco. Falco is one of the main characters here. I have a rendered piece here. Somewhere. There we go. Falco. This guy. He's great. His hair is an absolute pain in the ass to draw, but hey, what can I do? It looks good on him, so I have to draw it. My weekend's been great. I went to a concert yesterday. I mean, not the concert because the concert was in South Korea, but I went to the cinema to watch a live stream. What if you make him wear a hat? Honestly, I think hats are more difficult to draw than just the hair. But that's just me, because I'm just not practiced drawing hats. I could give him like a cap or something, but... Oh, it's BTS. Yes. Worldwide famous Korean boy band, yes. Whom I've been following for like 10, 11 years. They've been on hiatus for quite a bit. I don't remember how long. And they made a comeback some months ago, and they were on world tour, and yesterday was their anniversary. Was their 13th anniversary. Ah, you know them? Nice. I love them. I think they're great. There was a period where I was really, really obsessed with them. But now I'm just a normal fan. I like watching them. I like most of their songs. But I would be a casual fan. I'm not a hardcore fan, but I like them. One of the members sang the World Cup song in 2022. Oh, I heard they were gonna perform again for the World Cup this year. I don't know how much of that information is true, but that's what I heard. K-pop culture is wild. It is. It's absolutely huge. I like the K-pop Demon Hunter movie and songs kind of catchy. They're so catchy. I personally thought that the movie itself was very fast-paced, and I would have liked to see a bit more information, especially about the demons, and also the mother of the main character. Forgot her name. Rumi? About her parents. It felt a little bit rushed, but I guess I get it with the attention span of the kids nowadays. I enjoyed it though, I really enjoyed it. I just wish that... I think it would have been better as like a mini-series rather than a 1.5 hour movie, but that's just me. I was shocked how much I liked it. Yeah, same. I went in so skeptically, but I love the songs. I had it on repeat for so long. Did you hear their 2022 song? I didn't. I don't think I did. If I had, then I don't remember, so I'm gonna say no. I have the most terrible memory known to mankind. I only retain the most redundant information. But on the other hand, it's kind of nice because sometimes it feels like I'm experiencing something for the first time again, even though I had already seen it. I just don't remember. Same, I suspect I have memory issues, but don't bother actually checking with the doctor. I'm not sure. I think, in my case at least, it's more like a selective memory. Like my body will, or my brain will decide like, oh, you don't need this information. I'm just gonna bin this, you know, because I don't know. I use my brain a lot for work, so anything related to my work I retain easily. But when it comes to anything else, like entertainment or other stuff I've consumed... Oh, sorry. Links are blocked here, but you can send it to Minnie, or I guess I can just Google it or find it on YouTube if I just search for BTS World Cup 2022. Otherwise, you can send the link to Minnie and then she can post it, because right now she's the only... I think I also have permission to post links, but it's a bit more accessible to Minnie. We'll have to wait until she finishes her meal though. Should be first result. Okay. I will. I've been, yeah, because of the concert, I've been more back into BTS, I have to say. So I've been looking more at their performances now. It's great. I love them. I still can't get over the fact how perfect their skin is. I mean, of course it's 10 layers of makeup, but still, my god. I want flawless skin. I wish I had flawless skin. Where am I? Oh, it's 6. This one. Okay. "10 layers of makeup, surgeries, and dedicated chefs." Yes, I think diet and for sure makeup, but I think the BTS boys haven't, or at least from what I can see, if I compare their faces to their debut, I don't think any of them have gone through like plastic or corrective surgery. "From the looks of it, you have more than flawless skin in every video of yours. Thank you." It's the filters. I have like 10 filters when I stream. My skin actually doesn't look like this. Yesterday I found out that K-pop girls are so skinny they weigh like 90 lbs. How much is that in kilo? I guess less than 50 kilos, something like that. But yeah, it's crazy. But also 40. Damn, that is actually wild. It's so unhealthy. But I also noticed that the guys from BTS, they also they do have a diet, but I feel like when I see them eat and then when they talk about, you know, when they eat or actually when they don't eat, especially before going on stage, like Hobie, one of them, he would have 1 spoonful of honey before a performance. And I'm like, how do you, where does your body get the energy to, you know, sing and dance on stage for the next 3 hours on a spoonful of honey? I'm like, it's not the healthiest, but, you know, what can I do? Probably why they have sparkles in general. There's like a beauty standard, but I guess it's just due to extreme diet. Possible, yes. The thing is, boobs is not only fat, so I'm not sure how that works. Where's the exactly right? Where are they gaining the energy from? Like what reserves are they burning that energy from? Cocaine or drugs? I don't like to think that the boys are actually on drugs. I do know that both Cookie and RM have smoked before, but they quit because it's like super bad for your vocal cords. Can't speak for any of the other K-pop groups though, because BTS is the only one that I wouldn't say no, but that I have seen the most of. I think most of them, or they're mostly sober compared to some of the other stories I've heard. Which is part of the reason why I like them so much. I mean, they're crazy, but... they're crazy, but I still like them. Line. I do remember that it was some years ago where like new pictures came out of some girls of a K-pop girl band, and some of them lost so much weight and all the fans were like, oh my god, is she okay? Like, how or why did she end up losing so much weight, you know? Because it's not healthy. Like, if it's not because of the pressure and the stress, like, they're kind of being pushed into it, probably by society or just, I don't know. I feel like they're just always being pressured in some way. Here I am, having trouble gaining weight. It is actually, like, far... Okay, I wouldn't say far unhealthier, but it is unhealthier to be underweight versus overweight. Right? It's better to have a little bit of overweight than it is to have underweight. But yeah. I just want everyone to live healthily and happily. I wish people would care less about pressure from society and just live healthy for themselves and not for anyone else. Both extremes has pros and cons, but mostly cons. Yeah, I know because I've been there. Oh, it's a journey, yeah. Because things like diets, it's not temporary, right? A diet is basically a lifestyle. And if you want to eat healthily, then it's basically a change in habits, right? Surrounding food and surrounding your lifestyle. And that is very difficult to do. But yeah, I'm no expert, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I know only what feels good for myself, right? Because I'm the anxious type, so for me, whenever I'm anxious, it usually means that I lose my appetite. So even though my body may feel hungry in that moment, I just don't want to eat, right? Because I feel so anxious. And that's not healthy. But then once the situation is over and the anxiety fades, I'm like hungry. And then I have to eat. Habits, yes, but it's very, let's say, antisocial sometimes. If you don't eat at a party or event or going out with a group of people, you're the only one that had to say no thank you. Ah, I see. But I think, how to say, like, it's pressure. That's peer pressure, right? What you're talking about. Because it's not like the people are forcing you to eat, right? And I think if you explain and, they are genuine friends who care about you, they will understand, right? I think there's a similar thing happening with alcohol, with drinking. So if you were to join your friends for drinks, and then, for example, you're the only one not drinking alcohol, right? You're drinking apple juice, for example. And then people, I mean, they may judge you for it, but then if people are going to judge you for it, are they really your friends? Do they really care about what you want? Because I know there's a lot of people who really only drink alcohol because they're kind of maybe not actively pressured into it, but they feel like they have to join the rest because that's what's expected of them, or they don't want to, be the odd person out. So then they would, they would indulge, but then not necessarily enjoy it, right? Because it's not really what they want. Which is unfortunate. But I think, or at least in my country here, more and more people are breaking it. Then again, I also I live in a bubble when it comes to that, because most people around me, most people I know, they don't drink alcohol. So it's kind of easy for me to say, but I understand that there's people who kind of feel like they have to join, right? Because that's how it's supposed to go. I hope that changes. I personally don't like alcohol. Not just because of the taste, but I don't like how it inebriates you. I don't like how, I'm no longer in full control over myself, over my own body, right? I hate that feeling. I'm a control freak and I want to be in control of my body at all times, so I personally don't like it. So needless to say, I've never been drunk before either, and I have no intention of becoming drunk ever. It's just not for me. In my family, I'm the black sheep when it comes to alcohol. I'm the only one that doesn't like it. But do you join them when they drink? Or do you stand your ground and kind of, not do anything? Maggie is a controlled freak, just imagine Maggie as Makima. Makima. I've heard that name before. Oh, you always have to refuse alcohol? Okay. Oh, from Chainsaw Man. I never watched it. I was curious at first, but I don't know. I don't know if I would enjoy it. Although I haven't really been watching a lot of anime recently. I'm completely and fully occupied with Lord of Mysteries. And I regret nothing. It's an okay show, Chainsaw Man. There are many memes about it. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch it, to be honest. Unless I'm really, really bored. But let's be real, I haven't been bored in a while. I have a lot of things happening. There's always something to do. I actually miss being bored. I think the feeling of being bored is a luxury. Like you have a good life if you can afford to feel bored. But that's just my humble opinion. Many say that being bored is when your mind becomes more creative, and this is when you have the best ideas. I agree. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why many good ideas come to us while we're taking a shower or right before we fall asleep. Speaking of ideas, you have a new idea? Or new business venture? Got any suggestions on what I should order for dinner? Ooh. Maybe something vegetarian? Do you like to eat vegetarian from time to time? I feel like you've had a lot of meat recently. With all the parties you've been going to. I think in general you're... I think in general, like, in your culture, you eat a lot of meat, I think. Hey, it's a suggestion. You don't have to take it. You asked for it, I provide. And I'm allowed to tease you about it. I think vegetarian food has been becoming more and more popular, right? Or at least here. I don't know about you. Actually, I'm just gonna copy that to the other side. Get rid of that. It's true I've been to many parties or events. It was a busy first half of the year. Yeah, you did a lot. So much food. Must have been a lot of fun. I don't typically go to many events. The last event I went to was a baby shower earlier this year. I do like soya stuff. Oh, it's nice depending on how you prepare. I agree. It's got a lot of protein too. We like protein. I want to... I think I'm just gonna transform this. I could use liquify, but I feel like it becomes blurry if I use liquify. So I'll just do this. The hair, I think I will do outside. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where I put my layers. Here? Oh wait, that's... Where did I put this? Oh, it's in dialogue. Okay, that's fine. Where did I put it? balloon. There's only one thing about vegetarian stuff I don't like. When you make a vegan burger or it tastes like real meat. I don't see the point in that. I don't like the idea of ultra-processed food like that. If you want to eat vegetables, I don't have a problem. Veggies are good as they are. I can see that. I can see that. I think they are kind of advertising or marketing it to make the transition to, you know, to eating more vegetarian meals easier, I think. Because then it's not like people have to immediately cut meat 100%, but then they will still have something that looks like meat, but isn't actually. So I think I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's like, it's a good step down for people to get used to, you know, eating more or eating vegetarian a bit more regularly. Because I do think that eating meat should go back to actually it being a luxury product. Like back in the day, meat used to be a luxury product, right? And it was only for the people who had the means to buy meat. Only they would be able to consume it, right? And also back in the day, we didn't have as much, so it was more expensive compared to today to have meat for your meal. But yeah, now with the over consumerism, consumptions, everything, it's just become, I don't know, I think it's like become part of a staple. And also now whenever we think about, oh, what do we want for dinner? Usually you will think about what meat you want, like whether you want beef or pork or chicken or fish, rather than and then you would think about the vegetables to have with said meat, whereas you don't think about like, oh, I want to have spinach this evening or something, you know. Usually people would think of the meats first, or at least from my experience. I because I noticed that I have the same. I would, whenever I try to think of something that I want to cook that evening, I would pick a type of meat and then I would build my meal around that piece of meat, right? So it's kind of a shift in mindset. That said, I still actually eat meat pretty much every day. I look for some vegetarian stuff like Maggie suggested. I mean, nowadays there's a lot of, you know, very tasty vegetarian options. Spinach, this awoken my nostalgia taste in my mouth. Kind of want spinach now. Yeah, you could. It was just an example, but yeah. I think spinach is very easy. Very versatile veggie. I lost my layers, which is this. 6. There we go. Popeye the Sailor Man, exactly. Oh, thank you for the hydrate and the save. I will save. Actually, I'll stretch my fingers for a bit. I need to actively remind myself to not grip the pen too tightly, but once I'm kind of into it, I forget. This past week, I had actually sent a copy of this comic to a friend of mine who will do a little proofreading for me. Because apparently she has also been proofreading a lot of manuscripts, like as a paid job. I mean, she said she didn't get paid much for it, but like she has some experience, so I was like, maybe you can go over my comic. And she was willing to help me, so I sent it to her. So I'm now waiting for her feedback. I may make some change, not too much in the story, but I told her to pay attention to the flow and whether everything was clear, right? So we'll see. Does that mean you will publish it in a store? Not in a store, but it will be the first comic that I kind of publish on like the complete. I just want it to be clear because the concept was a bit different from what I usually do, and I don't know if that came across or whether this little story is even interesting enough. And at this point, I can still make some changes, right? So I was like, I mean, maybe her comments will give me the push to, actually, fix it and complete it this year, because I do hope to complete it this year, and then I would just post it for free online. Obviously, my patrons will get access first, and then in the months that follow, I will probably make an attempt of I'd say like promoting it, and then I would slowly release it, probably on Tapas and Webtoons, or I don't know if there's any other platforms out there that I can host it on, but I will just post it publicly. I'll let you guys know in the Discord channel when I do. But for now, it's not finished yet, so it will still take some time. I do hope to publish it this year, maybe the end of this year, but it really depends. It's been a bit tricky because I'm just not very happy with, like, the art, basically. Right now, it's not as much the story that I dislike, it's more the art. But yeah, I think that's a problem that every artist can relate to. Let's be so real. I think every artist out there has beef with their own art. And I'm no exception. What would your characters think of you if they, by some magic, became real? I think most of them would be very indifferent about me, and some may even try to kill me. I'm not gonna say who, because that's a little bit of a spoiler. Actually, for Ara, it's no spoiler. I think Ara would kill me. I don't really mind though. Like, I don't necessarily want or need my characters to like me. That's not why I created them. You created them to suffer? I mean, not necessarily, but some of them will suffer, yes. I mean, I wouldn't really have a compelling story if nothing happened, right? That's a given. If you can make OCs to put through the ringer, then what fun can you really have, right? I'm trying to think of a character who has suffered the least. I think it's Volko. I think it's Volko. He, like, by the end of all my stories, he will be the one who has suffered the least out of all of my characters. And I'm talking main characters only, right? Like important characters. It was coma-worthy. Wait, is that a good thing? Is coma-worthy a good thing? Has anyone here played Yuma Nikki? No, I've never heard of it. I have heard of the Dress Up Nikki. The Dress Up game. I kinda wanna copy paste that medallion on her head from another panel. Yeah, Infinity. There was another one that came before Infinity Nikki. I played that one for such a long time. I forgot what it was called. It was a mobile game. Not what it was called, but it was also with Nikki. Yeah. But it's not Infinity Nikki. That's the new one. I mean the old one. The one that came before. I've never played Infinity Nikki before. I heard the developers messed up at some point, and while I believe they have reverted it, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna take up so much of my time, so... what's it called? I've played it for years. Love Nikki. It was Love Nikki. That one I played a lot. It's called Love Nikki Dress Up Queen. But yeah, I don't play mobile games anymore. They take up too much of my time. I've even like very severely cut the time that I spend on like Genshin or Honkai Star Rail. Although I did get the new character in Genshin, because he is absolutely unhinged and I love him to death. Mushrooms! I love mushrooms. They're very versatile as well. And they're a very good replacement for meat. I mean, texture-wise, then. All the mushrooms. Maybe not all of them. Actually, because Lord of Mysteries, I have developed a little bit of a trauma regarding mushrooms, but I still like them. The trauma wasn't bad enough for me to never eat them again. I will still eat mushrooms, but... mushrooms. Actual nightmare fuel. If you don't like mushrooms, maybe don't read Lord of Mysteries. What did the mushrooms do to you? It's not the mushrooms themselves. It's like someone doing something to the mushrooms and just creating an abomination. Yeah. See, where is line art? I want to grab this. Copy it and then throw it in here. No, that's the wrong button. This one. Drag it all the way down. Oh my gosh. Okay, over here. And I'll throw it here. Mm. 0.5, does that work? Nope, it just becomes 5. Okay. 1 it is. Let's see how that works. Oh, it's okay. This is acceptable. You place your order for food and you will watch a movie. Oh, the back rooms! I've heard about that one. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. Enjoy it though. I heard many good things about it. I heard it's very good. Yes, I am. Drawing Ouroboros herself is very easy, but also I think I will end up not rendering anything. I think I will just keep it a flat color. But then I want to see if maybe I can get away with some simple cell shading. Or maybe I would need to adjust the line art a bit to accommodate for the lack of shading that I'm still undecided on. So I'm just thinking as I go and trying things out as I go. Zen mode, exactly. I mean, it's usually the case after a stream. It's getting late. People are tired. Everyone's chilling. Have I already told you guys about our Lord and Savior, the Lord of Mysteries? It's great. I just finished reading book 10 this week, so I only have 2 more books to go for Circle of Inevitability, and then it ends. That's the end. I mean, they will slowly, the translations and the manga or webtoon and the manga will slowly come out, but that's gonna take a decade. But the story itself, it's already completed, right? I just haven't finished reading it yet. The special episodes, they will start airing from the 20th of June. There should be 3 episodes, so I'm very excited for that. So we'll see. They're gonna go over everything that they skipped over in the first season. I was already wondering how they would get away with not showing a very important arc that happened there. Which is very significant for, you know, the development of the rest of the story. But it appears that they decided to throw it in after the completion of the first season. So we'll have a few special episodes. And then I think next year they will air the 2nd season. So they will continue from the ending of the 1st season. So I'm excited. Obviously, I would recommend anyone to read the novels if they can. The first 3 books are out now, which basically covers the entirety of the 1st season plus the 3 special episodes. That was some sad news. I'll be back. Maybe got a call from a mom up my man. Okay, no worries. I hope it's not too bad. Can I wait until they do a movie about it? I don't know if they're gonna do a movie. Well, that's gonna take a while. Like, even doing all the anime adaptations. I can't call it anime, it's like 动画, right? It's the Chinese... It's 动画. Chinese anime. It's gonna take 10 years. They have a 10-year rollout plan. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit. I don't know if it'll ever become popular enough for it to receive a live adaptation, but this is not something that you can squeeze into one movie. It's not even something that you could squeeze in just a few seasons. It is so much bigger than that. Well, certain names help you know their origin. A comic is a comic, anime an anime. Exactly. Like, for me, personally, there's no difference, but I know there's a lot of people out there who are very iffy about it, about what you call an anime, what you call a donghua, but for me, things like comic, manga, manhua is all, it's the same. It's all comics. And the same with animation. Because by that same definition, like we call DC Comics, we call those manhua as well. Those are also mangas. But they're just American mangas. Because manga means comic. Anime isn't short for animation. It is. But the word for animation in Chinese is 动画. It's the same. It makes sense to distinguish between scroll and page. Comic versus webtoon. Yeah, so comic versus webtoon. That I get, because then you also get like the format, right? Because the formatting is completely different versus a traditional comic. But, you know, being iffy over manga, manhwa, comics, it's all the same. Oh no, Santum, I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope it was a peaceful one. Yes, of course. You go do what you have to do. My condolences. Take care. Take care, Santo. I will was expected. She refused to give up her addictions, but it was sudden. Understandable. Take care, take care. despite the circumstances and despite it kind of being expected, you know, it's still sad to hear. I think for me the trick here is to go a bit bolder with my line art and then keep the coloring very simple. So I think I want to make sure that the line is carrying most of the work and that the colors supplement, like kind of support it, complement it. Yeah, what did Minnie have for food? I don't think Minnie mentioned it. It was a secret. It was a secret meal. Pizza! I'm getting flashbacks to our collab from last week. Oh my gosh. Thank you, G-Man. Thank you. Pizza funds. When Eminem going to reopen Hell's Kitchen again? I don't know. Maybe... I mean, I guess maybe after the game comes out? Because despite all the fun we had, it still very much felt like an incomplete game. I'm curious about their campaign mode, because in the demo we played there was only infinite mode, an endless mode. So, yeah, we'll see what else this game has to offer. I mean, we still have other games that are waiting for us to play, right? We'll need to schedule them at some point, but no hurry. I'm not in a rush. But I didn't dislike switching out my Sunday stream for a Friday evening stream though. Because I managed to do a lot last Sunday. I even opened this file and did some drawing. And I played a bunch of games, I studied, I went for a walk. There's the full game to play at some point, but it was real fun and runs also manageable. Yeah, exactly. Like once we got the hang of it, it was okay. I think we just got unlucky in the beginning because the stake was a bit... how to say? It was a bit tricky to deal with because of the different stages. But everything else was fine. Did I have it colored? I do. Three versions of the same thing, exactly. You know what? We just gotta pick up collections. Wait, collections for our own stuff, because I think we already had collections for likes, or maybe not, or maybe we do. I don't remember. I haven't actually touched it in a very long time. For your own stuff. Oh, that's nice. Similar to what DeviantArt had, I suppose. The collection feature beta allows you to curate illustrations, manga, novels, and ugoira? Posted on Pixar links to other Pixar services, external links and text, and showcase them on a single page. Ooh, folders essentially meaning that you can put all your fan work for one series under one tablet. Oh, that's so nice. Cool, then I can have one for like each of my projects. If I have any. If I have any. I feel bad for only posting kind of half-assed, you know, drawings or sketches on my Patreon recently. I just did not finish anything. I learned last time my HDD got fucked up to keep my stuff in spaces where I can recollect it again. Though yes, scrapers will always be an issue. Yeah, they always have been. Even before scraping was a thing. But we do what we can. I'm just taking a wee break from my hand. Actually, I don't have much time left. I'm already kind of surprised I managed to sort of did this much. Almost finished one panel. Yes. Scraping. It's kind of a hassle to, you know, glaze everything. I haven't actually tried the nightshade. I've only been glazing so far, but you know, it's kind of a common thing for artists in general. Like if you post your stuff online, people are bound to steal it. And Gen AI is just a whole new form of stealing art. It's unfortunate but true. And for that reason, I actually haven't been posting or reposting anything on social media. I think at the moment my Patreon is quote-unquote the safest. So recently I've really only been exclusively posting there. I think I've posted sketches on my Discord channel as well, but I mean, I'm gonna assume that there are no scrapers in my Discord channel at this point in time, so I don't feel, you know, I don't feel bad for posting stuff there. reminds me, I never finished the realistic Maggie drawing I started. I remember you posting a sketch. Wait. Or was it a different sketch? I think you posted a few sketches before, but that was a long time ago. It was when Shu was a thing and you were just starting to stream. Ah, really? That was 4 years ago. Time flies when you're having fun. Maggie ko. Hi, Riku. Happy Sunday. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Magnificent. I like those nicknames. I want to see if I can achieve a glow effect without adding a glow effect. You know what I mean? Okay, I think it's easier to just add a glow effect. Let's just do that. Let's not make life harder for myself. You enjoy your food, G-Man. I might actually call it a day soon as well. I'm happy with these. I will just throw in a background for this one because it looks incomplete. Just do a background. I'll just slap this blue color here. And then it's done. Okay. I think I'm okay with this. I think. I will just keep going like this and then, you know, not worry about the rendering too much. I will only add a bit more detail if it's like a key point, like with the eyes here. So I add a little bit of glow. But other than that, I think I will just keep this and then maybe add like a glow for the gem in the middle. But other than that, I'm just gonna keep it flat probably. Because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the combination with the line. But I don't like the rendered. The way I rendered it here, at least. I don't like it as much. And obviously it's more time consuming, but I think I like this very stylized thing. So I may just add more detail in the line art just to make it look a little bit more interesting and play around with the weight of the line as well. And then hopefully that should be enough. And then I will have decided on a relatively simple art style for the entire comic. So happy with that. And that means that most of these panels are almost finished. I will be undoing some of my hard work, but you know what they say, kill your darlings. It's all gonna be great. Got 40 minutes until dinner, so yes, soon. Yeah, but I think I may just end it here. Here and now. You get hugs, thank you. Everyone gets hugs. I think I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, I'm actually happy with that one. Wait, why do I hate you? Wait, I never said that. Why would you think that? I don't hate you. But my hand is starting to hurt, so... Ending as soon as I'm here? Nah, if I hated you, I would have just ended stream as soon as I saw your username. No, I wanted to stick around a bit because I knew you just came in. But it is also almost dinner time for me. How's your weekend though? How was your week? Are you having fun? Or I guess you just woke up, right? It's the morning for you right now? Sounds more like fear and not hate. That's true. I fear Riku. Riku's terrifying. Nah, you're fine, Riku. No worries. I think at the moment I am the scariest person in this chat, in this channel, in this room right here, right now. No, you're bed rotting. Ah, that sounds nice. I also slept in this morning. I slept in. It's rare that I get to sleep in. I usually don't allow myself to because I need to be up very early on some days. So I do like to keep kind of the schedule of getting up early even though I don't really have to. It just makes it easier for me to get up very early in the morning if I have to. But this morning when my alarm went off, I was like, no. I turned it off and I went back to sleep. I probably want to move my waking hours even earlier. Right now it's set for 8 AM, but maybe I will move it to 7 AM. I think it's still doable because it's summer, right? Or it's basically almost summer. So it's light very early. I think already before 6 AM it's already quite light outside. So I think it should be relatively easy for me to switch back to 7 AM. Because if I have to go to office, I have to get up at 6 AM. And so there's not much of a difference there. It should be very doable. Should be. Fingers crossed, I hope it will be very doable. But when I go to the new office, I have to get up at 5:30. Can you imagine? It's not the earliest I had to get up for work. It was back when I was still working at the airport. I had the morning shifts. It's not like a 9 to 5, right? We worked in separate, how to say, our shifts were different. So you had the whole morning shift, and the morning shift started at 6 AM, which means I had to be up at 4:30, leave the house at 5, so that I would arrive at my work at 6, so I can prepare for my shift. So it's, considering that I have done that before, getting up at 5:30 doesn't sound as, as bad, but still. I think especially in winters it's gonna be tough. Because it's just gonna be completely dark out when I leave the house, right? In summer it's still acceptable. It's also not as cold. So it's lighter, it's warmer. We'll see. It's from next month already. From July on I have to go to the new office. So that's how many weeks? Only 2 weeks left. 3 weeks. Mondays and Tuesdays. Sigh. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. You know, it's just a full-time job. I just need to do it. You know, I just need to do it, and then I come back home, and then I can get back to my projects like these. I do really wanna see if I can fix like a period in my schedule, maybe not even fixed, but just tell myself that I spend a little bit of time on drawing, or at least start on it, and see if I can turn that into a habit. I really, really do want to build this habit, but it's tough. It's so tough. No matter how much I love to draw, I just have so little time, and it's just 10 times easier for me to start up a game than to sit down and draw. Let's be real. And it's not because I hate drawing, it's just the cost. The energy cost is less when playing games. And ideally, I want to do everything, right? I want to come home, I want to draw, I want to read, I want to study, I want to play games, I want to do everything. I just don't have the time. If you guys have any suggestions or tips, I'm open for anything. Any suggestions on how to build a habit. Leave us, focus on yourself. I can't just leave you guys. I'll be back here next week, probably with another art stream. Maybe I'm done for a while playing games on stream for a bit. Especially because after today I'm a bit more confident about, you know, what I want to do with this project. I will wait for the feedback for a bit, but I think there's some panels that I can already work out. And then, or at least the ones that are easy to change after, right? So yeah, hope you guys are in for some more art streams. I know a lot of you actually came in while I was playing games, specifically Little Witch in the Woods, which I've been playing for like 3 months, I think. I had a lot of fun, but I'm happy to be doing something else today. Even though it was a little bit reluctantly, I have to admit. I was a little bit reluctant to do art today, but I also didn't feel like starting a new game. So I was like, I'll just do a bit of art, see how far I get. You know, in worst case, I would just end the stream early and just rest, you know. But hey, I actually made it to the end. Go me. I think it's just the backgrounds that I'm not sure about yet, but I think as soon as I have the lines in and the flat colors for, you know, my characters, then it should be relatively easy to do the backgrounds, because let's be real, I don't need to be very precise with that. You know, unless it's the rooms or the buildings I have here, but once those are done, the rest should be very simple. Like for here, it's pretty much copy-paste for most of these backgrounds. But yeah. Made a lot of progress today. I may redo actually a few panels that I already did the line out of, because I don't like it. There's a few that I really want to redo. So we may get a little bit of a difference in art style or in like the lining here and there, but I don't think people mind. Or I hope not. Okay, out of all the characters, Falco is gonna give me the most issues, but again, let's cross that bridge when I get there. I will end it here today, guys. I've been trying to do some finger stretching, but my hand is just not used to drawing anymore, at least not this much. And I've been drawing for 3 hours straight, so I will end it here. But thank you for joining me. I'm very happy with today. I did a lot of progress. And I have a more clear vision of what I want with this story right now, so hopefully I can make the deadline for this year. That would be nice. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. You were able to chill and relax and just not think about the mundane of everyday life. Because tomorrow's Monday. Yeah. Tomorrow I have to go back to office. But yeah, take care everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Have a wonderful next week. And I'll see you guys very soon. Take care, okay? Thank you again for watching. Until next Sunday. Bye-bye.